for streaming. There we go. All right. Okay. Maybe you can hear me now. I feel like now we're working. How about now? Let's get this sorted out. So, hello. Yes, wonderful. Thank you, JB. Thank you for that confirmation. All right, let's get it started. Computers suck. That's the lesson of the day. That's the one thing I'd like you to learn from today. Sometimes computers are annoying because they don't work properly. I blame Microsoft because I have an Apple, and my Apple almost always works on time. So that's the lesson of today. So don't think about English. Just remember that. Buy yourself a good product. Don't get it bogged down with a bunch of crap. Okay, so let me set this up because we're a little bit late. I'm going to share this with you. It's an interesting topic today. You might like me more, or you might like me less after we talk about this topic. And for all the people who've been with Smrt for a little while, and I might forget a few of you because I didn't have enough time to do everybody, but I tried to include all of you in my lesson today. Not you specifically, but your culture in the lesson today. So I hope you enjoy it. The purpose of the lesson is not to make you angry, but to discuss certain stereotypes. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about stereotypes around the world, and I'm going to get your opinion on what you think of them. So let me make a copy of that. And I will jump in. I might forego the introductions today just to get started. So there we go. There's that one, and that one, and one more copy. I don't even have a question of the day. Question of the day. Let's do this. Question of the day is: are stereotypes dangerous? That's the question of the day. I'm gonna give you some dangerous stereotypes in like 2 seconds. So here we go. This is what I'd like you to discuss today. So please go ahead and start with that question. Here it is. Here are stereotypes dangerous. What can happen if you're using stereotypes and you say these things to people? I work in ESL, so we get a lot of students, and yeah, definitely we throw some stereotypes around sometimes. Let me make a copy of this guy. And yes, you'll hear me sniffling more than usual. I'm sick today, so I apologize. You're going to hear some sniffles. There's a new word for you, sniffles. You're going to hear some sniffles in the microphone. So here we go. Let's open this puppy up and share it. All right, so there we go. Here we go. Here's the link. So if you guys are new to the class, I don't know if there's any newbies today, but if you are new, there's a link in the document there, and you can open it up and you can follow everything we talk about today, everything that I'm looking at. You can also look at unicorn. There you are, unicorn. You can do it. And any vocab that we talk about today, I'll also put it in the document, so you can take it home with you and continue this wonderful conversation. All right, so let's see here. Let's say a few shout-outs today. So Gertrude says, Ken, thank you for your recommendation for watching Black Mirror. Yeah, you're welcome. That's an awesome TV show. It's super interesting. You're right. She saw 3 episodes, and I swear I couldn't stop. It is addictive. It's bloody addictive as well. So there we go. Wonderfully clear microphone and high. Yeah, I was tweaking. There's a new word for you. Tweaking the microphone yesterday. I pumped it up, so now we're ready to go. Hi, Albina. How you doing? All right, so let's do a few shout-outs. I like saying hello to everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. Edgar, what's up? Number 1 today. Gertrudis, what's up? Like I said, I've tried to include all of you guys, especially you guys who've been coming here a lot. I tried to include you in today's your country specifically in today's lesson. Except Alex, I didn't get you in this one, unfortunately. But hello, Alex, how you doing? Jerome, what's up? Lolly, what's up? How you doing? Ahmed, Judith, hello. Amir, Mandefro, hello, Mandefro. Bo, Marjorie Bo, oh, very good. Amr, what's up, buddy? He's here as well. Albina's in the house. Awesome, got them all. English student, hello, English student. The music very noisy. We want lessons without noisy. You got it. Okay, now you can listen to my noise. You can listen to Kent noise instead of that. And yes, I did catch a cold. It's weird. Colds are weird, right? It started off in the throat, and then it traveled, and now it's in my nose. So it's just running around my body. No flu, just a cold. What's up, Jose? How you doing? Pinar, what's up? Okay. I think I got most of you guys. Pardon me if I didn't get you all. I love you all, of course. Mukhtar, what's up? All right, chat. Sorry, I'm going to skip, guys, because let's get through this. So the question is this: are stereotypes dangerous? What do you think? Can they be dangerous? If you say something, let's take a look at some stereotypes. Let's warm up our brains here. Now, I'm hoping Google doesn't give me some crazy crap when it's images of stereotypes. There could be some bad stuff here. Oh, look at this. Oh, there we go. Haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love. Haters gonna hate. There's a nice collocation for you. Haters are gonna hate. People who hate are going to hate. Haters gonna hate. So there you go. Americans are fat, eat donuts, and love their guns. Oh, I totally forgot to add that one. I'm gonna change my document. I like that one. So Americans are loud, arrogant, and love guns. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Okay. I'm gonna make some people angry today. It's possible. But remember, it's not because I'm trying to make you angry. It's because I want to have a real conversation about this. All right, so what do you guys think? Are stereotypes dangerous? If I say Americans like donuts, are fat, and love guns, is that a recipe for disaster? What else we got here? Oh, how can a girl run a business? Oh, this is a serious one. I'm young, so I must be naive. I don't know anything. Oh, so stereotyped. So there we go. There's another one. We're not actually talking about genders today, but it might creep into the conversation a little bit because stereotypes, right? What else we got here? Stereotypes. Break the stereotype. Yeah, there we go. What else? Oh, here we go. Here's one. Here's a positive one. Stereotypes do not define us. So there's a good word. Let's add that word to our list today. Define. Do stereotypes define you? What defines you? Is it family defines you? Is it working hard defines you? So let's add that to our list of words because it's a good word. So let's add that. Let's add a vocabulary section here. Meaning. All right, so define. What defines you? You know, what defines your country? Because that's really what we're going to talk about today. What defines Canadians? What defines Brazilians? What defines Ecuadorians? Do we have any Ecuadorians in here? Define. How's a good way to define? Explains. Boom. Done. I define me. I believe you do, JB. I believe you do define yourself. If you discriminate a person based on a stereotype, when it isn't true for the person, okay, so they can be harmful, I guess, yeah. Theraflu. All right, Edgar, I'll look into some Theraflu. All right, what do we think here? Nobody's got any opinions on this? All right, fine. I've decided I'm going to create some. Now I'm going to create some opinions. So here we go. Let's jump in. So what I'd like you guys to do, look at the following stereotypes, and I would like you to think, do you think they are true or not? So let's jump right into it. Zia's got one. Yeah, definitely. Stereotypes can be dangerous because they are often unfair or untrue. Albina doesn't know what to say. That's cool. I'm about to give you some things to talk about. Look at the following stereotypes. Do you think they are true or not? What do you think? Explain why you agree or why you disagree. So maybe you've met some, maybe Gratuitas has met some Japanese people. So let's start with number one. All Japanese people are shy. So let's take a look. Let's do some Googling. Let's do some GIFs. And what do you think about that? Do you know any Japanese people? I've worked with Japanese people for 10 years, so I know a little bit of something about Japanese people. So let's do Japanese stereotypes, and let's see what pops up in the Google. All right, what do we got here? Oh my. Oh, that's serious. Look at this. Yellow monkey face. Please don't tell anyone from Japan that they have a yellow monkey face. That's pretty racist. That's prejudice. Oh my. Man, I didn't, wow, this is stupid weird shoes. There we go. Camera. They all have camera. Rabbit teeth. Wow, it's pretty serious. Oh, and I didn't even see. There's actually others here. There's Greek. There's English. Wow, interesting. I didn't even see that. So let's see. What do we got here? And you feel free. So while I'm doing this, you guys feel free to go off and give some others. So research. So let me add that. Research a few more. So while I'm doing this, you guys feel free to go to the internet and find some more stereotypes about Japanese people, because that's what I'm going to do here. But I'm going to go to a website. Here we go. So let's take a look, and we're going to get some words from here. So what do you guys think? Albina says, I think so. Ahmed says, no, because everybody represents themselves, him or her, themselves. JB, Muslims equals terrorists, Jews equal greedy, British equals bad teeth, and the French equals rude. JB, Mexicans, haha. Ziad, yeah, that's true. I've never seen them or heard about a lazy Japanese. Yeah, you don't hear about lazy Japanese, do you? You always think that they work hard. And I think I had that right. So they are shy and they work hard. True, because their heritage is different. Okay. Edgar says, yes, I used to live in Japan, and they are very respectful. Good word. So respectful people. They are always very nice and don't be rude and this kind of thing. In addition, no AL, in addition, they are very hard workers. Amr says, Japanese people are respectful and work hard. And Gertrude says, for me, the stereotypes are a simple way to define people or a person or groups of people. I disagree because the majority of Dominican people. Okay, we're skipping ahead here. Let's try to stick with number one. We're going to go through a few of these, but let's start with number one. Let's start with Japanese people, all right? Because we're going to look at this and we're going to use this to talk about vocabulary. So let's see. So here's another one. Japanese people eat sushi every day. Of course, yeah, they don't eat anything else. So it says here, do Americans eat cheeseburgers every day? Do Germans eat sausages and drink beer every day? Sushi is the most obvious staple food of Japan. It's the most likely. So a staple food is a food that you eat every day. So for example, in Brazil, Brazilians eat a lot of rice and beans. So you might say rice is a staple. You could say this is a staple food. And a staple food is a food that you eat often. Like Japanese people eat a lot of rice, and that's pretty true. A lot of people eat rice. So you would say rice is a staple food for certain Asian countries as well. All right, Japanese people eat sushi every day. Yeah, of course they do. Japanese people can't hold their liquor. And what does that mean, can't hold their liquor? It means you cannot drink a lot. So let me write that down. Can't hold your liquor. Like keep it inside kind of thing. Hold your liquor. Good one. So that's a nice collocation, actually. Oh, this is turning into a really good exercise. This a stereotype exercise, but nonetheless an exercise. Can't hold your liquor. Can't drink a lot of alcohol. I think Edgar could probably give a little more on that as well. Can Japanese hold their alcohol? Some people can. And if you didn't know, some Asian people get really red when they drink. And apparently there's an enzyme in their body. So they cannot digest the alcohol properly, so it comes out through their face and through their body. Their skin becomes really red because they can't process the alcohol, which is interesting. I had a Japanese friend. He would drink, he would turn super red, and then when he was really drunk, he would turn super white. So there you go. It's pretty funny. He was like a color-changing Japanese person. It was pretty awesome. All right, let's see what else we got here. What do you guys think about this? Lali says Japanese people work hard for sure and eat sushi. Yeah, exactly. They do those things. Do they do it all the time? No, of course not, because Japan has tons of other food. If you've never been to Japan, you're missing out because sushi is only one of the foods they have. Japanese food is amazing, and they have an amazing variety of food. JB, there's a show called I Am Earl. I've heard of that. In one episode, a Mexican woman babbles to a wasp lady in Spanish. I don't know what a wasp is. Then the wasp lady says, I'm sorry, honey, but I don't speak maid language. Ooh, burn. A little bit racist, a little bit discriminatory there, a little bit prejudice there. Here's a word for you, prejudice. So prejudice is when you say bad things about some people. So let's get the exact prejudice. So prejudice means you have a bad idea about someone, right? But you have no reason. So you just say like, Brazilians are lazy. And why did I say that? Oh, I don't know, because I think, they seem like lazy people. So I don't have a reason to say Brazilians are lazy, but I say Brazilians are lazy. So that's called prejudice. Okay? Having an opinion, having a negative opinion, but no reason, no support for it. Doesn't really make sense, right? You just have this idea. Okay, what else we got here? Say they eat rice every day. Egyptians eat a staple food as well. So there we go. So Amr's from Egypt, so maybe we can do a little Egypt as well if we have time. So I got a few here, and I'm going to get you guys to do some research as well. But we're going to start, and we're just going to talk about these, and what do you think? And do some vocab as well. Yeah, I guess there is some seppuku. I don't think seppuku happens anymore. Albina's talking about when Japanese would dishonor themselves, when they would disgrace, embarrass themselves, dishonor themselves. A long time ago, the generals would take a big knife and they would put it in their body and they would cut themselves open. That was called seppuku, and you only did it because you dishonored yourself or something like that. So yeah, there is a lot of honor in Japanese society. I lived in Japan for 1 year, and I visited Japan 3 times, and I teach Japanese students a lot. So there you go. What else we got here? Japanese people can't hold their liquor, can't drink too much. All Japanese girls love kawaii. So what is kawaii? Let me show you a little picture of kawaii. Let's see a kawaii photo. You're gonna love this. Okay, these are cute, right? These are cute faces. So let's look at kawaii girls in Japan. So here we go. Well, I don't know if that's kawaii. Maybe it is, but okay, or maybe it is. It does say kawaii, the kawaii girl trend. So girls like this kind of clothing. Some pretty crazy stuff, right? Like look at this girl. Oh my God, that's pretty insane. And this is called kawaii in Japan. I think this is the idea. Kawaii just means cute in Japanese. So, you know, she might be kawaii or something like that. Or this girl might be kawaii because she's got, you know, some little cute outfit going on. So there you go. So do all girls in Japan like that? Probably not. Okay, so there's a bunch there, and there's more. We could spend all day, all class on Japan, but I want to do a few more. Let's focus on the people in our group. Let's do another one. Here's number 2. Oh, number 3. Brazilians. Here we go. Here's a chance to talk about Brazilians. Yeah, and they all love manga, of course. So here's number 3. And again, like I said, I'm not doing this to make you angry. I'm doing this to have a conversation and learn some vocab and challenge these stereotypes. So let's have a conversation about what you think is correct and what you think is not correct about these countries. So Brazilians like to party. All Brazilians like to party, and everyone in the government is corrupt. Brazilians, what do you think about that? Is everyone in the government corrupt? And do Brazilians all like to party? They all like to go and have a good time. And Brazilians, they are football. Yeah, so there you go. They're mad about football. What do you guys think? Give me your opinion about this. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go over and search some Brazilian stereotypes. Actually, you know what? Maybe I won't search the stereotypes here because I would like you guys are going to be doing that later. So I actually should have chosen other stereotypes. Here's another one. Japanese. Judith says Japanese women are extremely polite, subservient, and docile. So there we go. Subservient is another word we can put in here. Subservient means you listen to other people. You always listen to other people. So subservient. You always obey and follow other people. Other people who are in charge. Usually men in Japan is the idea, right? All right, so there we go. How about the next one? Let's go back here and let's talk about Brazilians. So everybody knows that Brazilians can smell. They can smell a party, right? They can sniff out a party. So what do we think about this one? What do you think about Brazil? JB's got one. Another Brazilian image that comes to mind is that they like to party. Do the samba. Of course, all Brazilians know how to samba. We know that. That's what it's called. You're right, JB. It's called the samba. Let's take a look at samba. So all Brazilians know how to samba. Of course, right? Everybody knows how to dance. Probably not true. This is the dance that they do during the Carnival celebration. But I think you don't have to wear those clothes to do samba. I think there is normal samba dancing. Seems to be mostly what. Here we go. There's also, is that samba? Apparently. But I think you can do it a little bit more casually because it's also a very popular music. You don't have to wear crazy clothes when you samba. You can wear normal clothes. Okay, so there we go. Lali's got one about British people. Okay, we'll get to that. British people drink a lot of tea. They're all friends with the Queen. Oh, I don't know about that. Speak rather posh. Okay, that's a word we could use. Okay, Enrique's in the house, and he said, all of us are awesome in soccer. So there we go. Is that true? Brazilian people are great dancers and good at soccer. Okay, so there we go. Another Brazilian stereotype. So what do we think about this one, though? Brazilians like to party. Is that true? Do they all like to party? Is everyone in the government corrupt? Okay, so I want to talk, let's go one by one, because we're going to talk about each one. And I want you guys, especially because this is an interesting class, we have a lot of Brazilians in the class. So maybe we have a few. Sometimes we have a Korean. I've seen a few Korean people come in this class, and we get to chat about these things. So I'm trying to do a few of the countries where students usually come from. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? I want you to talk about number 3, or talk about number 3. Let's do this one first. What do you think? I mean, the quick answer is, yeah, it depends on everybody. But what do you guys think about number 3? Is everyone in the government corrupt? Give us a little more insight, Brazilians. Hang, Angeles. All the governments are corrupt. Corrupt, no corruptors. Okay, well, there you go. Even Justin Trudeau, everybody likes Trudeau in Canada. What do you think? Is everyone corrupt in the government? No opinions here? Okay, all right, nobody's got something. Let's go on. Let's do another one. I should probably do some other ones here. What else we got? Who else might we have in the chat? All right, Enrique's got one. I think about the politicians, it's almost everyone in the government. And about the parties is definitely not true. Ziad, another common stereotype about Brazilians, that they are all like Neymar. They're so good at playing soccer. Everybody's a Neymar. Amr, I believe that Brazilians like dancing, and I do not think they have honest governments. Have an honest government. Okay, so there we go. And again, Brazilians, feel free to correct people if you feel like if there's not enough information there. Gertrude says Brazilians are obsessed with their asses. Maybe. Could be right. All right, Julian's not in the house. Unfortunately, Julian's not here to tell us how it is in Brazil. So we'll have to skip that one out. All right. Let's go here. So where is everybody? Now, I have one here. I got this one. This one's for Gertrudis. Now, I don't want to offend. Oh, there he is. I was asleep. Busy day. Well, welcome, buddy. We were talking about you. All right. Now, like I said, these are stereotypes. So I'm going to throw it in there, and you guys, and especially because I know some of you guys are from these countries, I want you to give us the real answer. So Dominicans are all black. Is that true? What do you think, right? And if you, let me set this up. Dominican Republic. So there we go. This is the Dominican Republic, and this is what it looks like, and some of the beaches there. And these are people on vacation a lot. But let's see, Dominican Republic people. So there we go. There's some people there, some people there. So here's what the people look like. And then we got these people here. So where do we go? And okay, all right. So here we go. Gertrudis has the answer here, and she says 98% are black. So you'd be classified as black or this kind of thing. Definitely darker skin tones, right? So some of them are lighter, some a little darker. So again, seems to be, I don't know, 98%. You've heard it. This is the answer. Okay, so Gertrude says, so there we go. So maybe stereotypes sometimes have some foundation, right? All right, so here we go. JB's got another word for you, mulattoes. So here's another word for you. Mulattoes. I think the definition of mulattoes is lighter. It's a lighter brown. Mulattoes. Definition. A person of mixed, oh, here we go. A person of mixed white and black ancestry. Oh, okay, so there we go. So someone, maybe their mother was black and their father was white, whatever. So there we go, especially. So there we go, mulattoes. There's a new word for you. Let's add that one to the list. Mulattoes. All right, there we go. Okay, next one. Let's jump in. Let's do one more here. Oh, there he is. I got one for JB. Here he is. See, I was thinking about you guys today. I had to research because I really don't know anything about Malaysia. It's on my list of places to go, but I've never been there. So I had to search on the internet for this one, JB. And it says Malaysians are bad drivers. So JB, what do you think? Oh yes, they're famous for it. So tell us a little bit about that. Do you think the stereotype has some truth to it? Is there some validity? What do you guys think? Malaysians are bad drivers. Okay. And what do you think? He says yes. I think he's explaining right now. So, yeah, there's lots of stuff we can search today. But pretty soon I'm going to get you guys to do your own. All right. JB says, I remembered my class teacher saying in 1998 that Malaysia has one of the highest number of road accidents. Okay, so there we go. Julian seems to confirm. Somebody says, I think, Hang says, I think Malaysians are bad drivers. I don't think so. That's a bad argument or point of view. Okay, so we got different answers. We got JB from Malaysia saying it's true, and we got other people saying yes, and some people saying no. I mean, every country is going to have some bad drivers for sure, but sometimes you can measure them, right? How many accidents happen per person in this country, and how many happen in that country? So it's a little bit easier to actually check. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you've never been to Malaysia, you wouldn't really know. So these are all stereotypes we can look at. All right, so let's go. Let's see what else we got here. Now, who else do I have in the chat that we can do here? So we did there, we did that. Okay, so what I'm going to get you guys to do, I'm going to get you to do some research. And while you guys are researching, we're going to take the vocabulary that you learned. Oh, wait. I was going to introduce you to Canadian stereotypes. Oh, so let's do that, and then I'll get you to do some research. So here we go. Let me give you this link so you can read while I read at the same time. So here we go. I'm going to teach you a little bit about Canadians, and I'm going to do my best to tell you if I think it's true or not, or what's likely about it. So let's look at, Canada 150 was our 150th birthday, so they decided to publish 6 Canadian stereotypes that happen to be true. So let's take a look and let's see what true stereotypes are for Canadian people. Get out of here. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with number 1. Let's skip down here. We're all about the maple syrup. So here we go. So let's read here. Sure, Canada is known for a few tasty eats, a few tasty snacks, like poutine and Nanaimo bars. These are Canadian foods. We don't have a lot of Canadian foods, but we can say that those two are Canadian foods. But if there's one Canadians can't get enough of, we want more, it's maple syrup. According to Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, Canada is the world's largest exporter. So we send maple syrup to different countries. We are the largest exporter of maple syrup. In 2015 alone, those exports were valued at $360 million of maple syrup. That's pretty big money. That same year, Canada produced 8,908 gallons of maple syrup, 91% of which was in Quebec. So I guess you can say we're experts in the sticky stuff. So I think we export maple syrup, but I don't know if everybody. I personally like it. I put it on like pancakes and stuff. But does everyone eat maple syrup? I don't think so. Because you know what? Maple syrup is expensive in Canada. It costs like $10 for a bottle. So maybe not everybody wants to spend that kind of money just to have real maple syrup. Okay, let's look at another one. I'll look at a few about Canada before I send you off. Canadians have online English teachers. That could be a true stereotype. Hockey fanatics. So here's a new word for you. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Fanatics. Fanatics are crazy people. So people who are crazy. So Canadians are crazy about hockey. You could call them hockey fanatics. People who really, really like something. Okay, so fanatics. People who are crazy about something. All right. Okay, and there we go. So you guys got a few more. Okay, Edgar says in the US, almost all the people say that Canadians are cheap. I know that because I used to work in a hotel and the Canadian didn't give a tip, which is weird because we have, Canadians and Americans have tipping culture. So it's kind of strange that you got gypped. A new word is when you didn't get a payment, you get gypped. You get like taken. Okay. And Hike, all the Canadians are extremely polite. Some are. Some definitely are. I give this one example. So for example, if I'm standing on the street and I want to go this way, and there's another person walking this way, and I see that person out of the corner of my eye. Now, I'm here first. I was standing here. I'm going to go this way across the street, and this person's coming this way. I did this one time, and I looked over, and I saw that person coming, and I took a step back out of that person's way because I didn't want to inconvenience that person. And then I said, oh, sorry. It's the weirdest thing that Canadians do that. So we are quite aware of what's going on around it. We say sorry at the weirdest times. Not everybody, but a lot of people do that. It's pretty funny. It's weird. It's a good thing, but it's weird. All right, so there we go. What else we got here? Maple syrup and baking, great idea. Canadians are, some of us are hockey fanatics. I love hockey, so I can't deny that stereotype. I do like it. Cesar says Canadians have a different English accent. For example, the way you say about is different. Now, I disagree with that. I don't think Canadians say a boot. So let's see. A boot, Canada. I don't think that Canadians say that. So let me say it for you right now. Let's see if we can fix this. About. Now, did I say a boot? I don't think so. I think I said about. So it's a weird one that I don't really understand. I feel like it doesn't make sense. Canadians all about, you know what I mean? I feel like we don't really say this. So that's a weird one. I'd like to know more about that. When do Canadians pay tips? So honestly, some Canadians tip all the time. I've reduced my tipping a little bit more these days because we tip when it's not necessary, and it's you're kind of like helping owners to pay for services. So it's a weird thing. Some people tip everything. I used to tip coffee. Sometimes I still do. But usually now it's meals and stuff like that. So, but honestly, some people tip just the smallest thing, even when it's like takeaway, where somebody just hands you a bag and they didn't serve you at all. Some people still tip. It's a weird culture, I find, tipping. It doesn't make sense for me sometimes. What else we got here? Okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. Let's do one more of Canada, and then I'm going to send you off on your own. Let's see here. One more. Merciless winters. Merciless. No mercy. No break, right? So merciless is another word you can use. It's always painful. It's always terrible. Merciless. Adjective. Never a break from something bad. What does it say here? Where did I go here? So, winters in Canada are no joke. In fact, the village of Snag in the Yukon holds the lowest temperature ever recorded in Canada and North America. The record temperature was -63, and it took place on February 3rd, 1947. Interesting. So, why Canada? Okay. So I can tell you a little story. When I was in high school, and I think this is accurate, I think this is correct, the coldest temperature that I ever remember with the wind chill, because the wind makes things colder, was -59. It was -59 that day. They canceled school one day, and then the next day it was pretty similar, the temperature. They didn't cancel school. So in Canada, you get one day off because there's too much snow or the weather is too cold, but the next day you have to go to school. So you only get one. So Canadians are pretty hard in that way. Some people like Tim Hortons, that's true. All right, so let's see here. Canada's a cool place to live in due to no license for much. Canada has amazing people. Back at you, Julian. I like Brazilians too. Edgar, I was in Canada and they are cleaner than Americans. I don't know. It depends, right? It depends where you are, who you meet. At the end of the day, stereotypes are not always true, but they might be true for a lot of people, right? There are things that you can say that are very popular, so there are some things. So here's what you're going to do. Your turn. introduce you a little bit about Canada. I want you to do the same thing that I've done, and I want you to search your own country and do some reading. Go to the internet, and I want you to search Stereotypes Brazil, Stereotypes Canada, Stereotypes in your country, okay? Because sometimes we don't know everybody in the chat and where everybody's from. So this is a good opportunity where you can introduce your country, and I want you to tell us two stereotypes about your country. For example, I think I gave you three, or something like that. Merciless winters in Canada, Canadians love hockey, and we're all about maple syrup. So what I'd like you to do, I would like you to write down the stereotype. So for example, I'll do this. All Canadians love hockey. Okay, so that's the stereotype. And then I would like you to give your opinion. So let's do it just like this. So stereotype here. All Canadians love hockey. And then follow it with your opinion. Just like this. Oops, can't type today. I think a lot of people do, but I've also met, oops. Don't. Some people just don't like sports, So this is what I'd like you guys to do. I would like you to do this. Search your country, and then you're going to put stereotype. What's the stereotype? And copy that from the internet. And then number 2, I want you to give your opinion. Explain the stereotype. Do you think it's true? Do you think it's false? How true? How false? Okay, so this is your homework. So go and do this. And I would like you to share two stereotypes with us about your country. So put your country name in the answer, just like that. And then tell us your opinion. Okay, so just like I did here. So we got number 1, about Canada. We got the stereotype, and then we got your opinion. So do that yourself. Go off to the internet. Look at a few opinions. I have some toilet paper here. I'm going to address this issue. Go ahead. Go ahead to the internet and give us some opinions about it. And your opinion. Don't forget your opinion. We want to hear what you think about this stereotype. All right, Lolly's got the first one. All French women are hot and dress chic. Good word. Explain, Lolly. Why do you think that's wrong? I want you guys to use your English, and I want you to explain these ideas. Give us some more details. All right, give us your thoughts. So chic is a good word. Chic means cool, I think, right? I think, Lolly. So chic is like cool, good style. Cool style. So all French people are chic. Yeah, I've been to France, and it's not true. Some people dressed pretty normal, didn't look amazing. Let's look at a few photos while we're waiting for a few answers. Let's look at French people, and let's see what they look like. Well, these are okay. Here's some French people. All right, these look like real French people. They got kind of normal clothes. You know what I mean? This guy's got a jacket. Not too bad, right? What are some normal people? Let's see. What about these people? What do they look like? Got some normal jackets. Not super chic. Oh, look at these ones. That's a photo. That's a photo for. That's not a real photo. That's a fake photo. Let's see. What are some other French people here? Oh, Napoleon. There we go. All right. Not a lot of pictures here. Okay. Sometimes the internet. Was that a French granny? Who's that? All right. Anyways, not a lot, but there we go. So stereotype has been debunked. Here's a new word for you, debunk. When you debunk something, that means you show that it's not true. Not true. So like if there was a myth, like like those things around the world which we think, oh, maybe it's true, maybe not, and when they find out, oh my goodness. And Judith is amazing. For the coffee that I enjoy a lot. Italian, Brazil, no Canadian coffee. That's right, because Tim Hortons is not very good. But thank you very much, Judith. She always helps us out and keeps our addiction going so I can buy more coffee after. Amazing. Thank you so much. Mwah, to you, Judith, and the country of Brazil. Love you guys. All right, so there we go. So what else do you got? What else do you guys got? Search your country. Search Brazil. Stereotypes Brazil. Search stereotypes Malaysia and go to the internet and see what it tells you. Albina. So Albina, you're from Russia, I'm guessing. Russians are blunt and serious. Good word, blunt. Blunt means honest, direct. Blunt is an adjective. So tell the truth. They tell the truth and they don't really think too much about hurting someone's feelings, kind of thing. Like very, very honest. So let's just do that. Very, very honest. Even when the result can be bad. Very, very honest. And what was the other word? Serious. So there we go. And again, give us your answer, Albina. Why do you give us the yes or no? Don't just give us a stereotype, guys. Tell us, explain the answer as well. French people, no, the lolly. French people smoke a lot. Okay, so there we go. There's another one. French are proud of their language. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's an interesting one, because I've been to France before, and I went with 2 Taiwanese friends to France, and my Taiwanese friends would speak English first, and I found that that's kind of made French people angry quickly. And then I would come in with my horrible, horrible French, and I would say, avez-vous blah, 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 and I would ask for something in really bad French. But the French people were so excited. They're like, yay, he speaks French. Oh, it's so cute. And then they would switch to English for me. So if you go to France, learn a few words of French, try to speak your horrible French, and then they will love you and they will switch to English and you'll have a nice experience. You won't have they won't be angry at you. So there's a little travel tip for going to France. I think maybe someone can agree with that. Let's see here. Julian's got one. Go up in the chat. Oh, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Julian had one stereotype. Las Vegas, Nevada is the hottest desert. In my opinion, Vegas is famous for its casinos and heat, but I hate the heat a lot. A lot of people here moving to Alberta, Canada, where you're going to freeze your tuchus off, buddy. It's going to be cold there in Alberta. They get some Chinooks where it's warm weather that comes in the winter, but it's pretty cold in Calgary. So. All right, let's keep it going. Lolly, French people, yeah. All Mexican food is spicy. In my opinion, it isn't. There are a lot of foods that are not. There is a lot of food that is not spicy. So there you go. But I really like Mexican food. It was really good when I went there. I don't know if you guys have been to Mexico, but in Canada it's okay, but it's way better in Mexico. Like, they make really good food. You guys make really good food. I like it. So if you ever go to Mexico, find some good places to eat. I think you'll be very surprised and very happy. Keep it going. Cesar. Oh, Cesar's from Peru. This is good because now we get to learn where everybody's from a little bit easier. All Peruvians hate buses, combi drivers, and combis, if I remember correctly, are little buses. So it's like a big bus that takes you from one city to another, but it's a small bus, I think, that takes you from one place to another, so it's cheaper. So all Peruvians hate buses, combi drivers. In Spanish, we call them combis. I'm not going to say that because my Spanish sucks. In my opinion, that is totally true. Those drivers don't know how to drive. They don't have driver's licenses. Okay, so there you go. I think a lot of people in Canada hate taxi drivers. Is it a little bit prejudice? Maybe a little bit, because a lot of those taxi drivers are not Canadian. They come from other countries, and the rules of driving are different. There are less rules, I think, from a lot of those countries, and Canadians, as you know, always follow the rules. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. What else we got here? Zia, German people are cold and unromantic people. It's completely true. They do have that reputation. I've had some German students. They're very direct, but some of them have a very sharp sense of humor. Yeah, but I have met a lovely, lovely German student, and she was just happy all the time. So it's not totally true, of course. But I hear you. There is a certain stigma around German people. Then there's the word of the day. Stigma is like a stereotype. A stigma is kind of a stereotype around someone. Let me get a good definition of stigma. Shame. Oh, okay. It's different. The stigma of having gone Shame, disgrace. Okay, maybe that's not the word I'm looking for, so I'm going to delete that. I used the word wrong. All right, where else we here? Let me keep scrolling down. Brazilians, feito. All Brazilians love football. It's not true. I know a lot of people who don't. It includes me. There we go. Debunked. Stereotype has been debunked. JB, former First Lady of France, Carla Bruni, said they are absolutely crazy about their language. Lolly says French people are not friendly with tourists. True. There we go. But again, don't forget Kent's tip. Speak French first. I think it'll change the situation. But maybe French people sometimes are not patient. That could be true. All right, I'm going to skip down and go to a few more here. Ahmed, yeah, thought you speak French. Oh, I speak horrible French, yes. So Ahmed, it's kind of true. I speak some horrible, horrible French, as I think a lot of Canadians do. Albino Russians are superstitious, in my opinion, yes. Okay, so there we go. Superstitious is a good word. They believe in certain things, and again, maybe but there's no reason why it's true. So similar to prejudice, you have a negative idea about people. You have a negative idea about people, but there's no reason why you have it. And a superstition is the same idea. You have a belief in something, but there's no proof for it. Without rational reason. Like if a black cat runs in front of your path, it's bad luck. Why do people think that? Who knows? It's probably it probably was something from the past a long time ago. All right, I'm having trouble keeping up. There's a lot of this here. Where else are we going here? Scrolling in. Judith says French people are very proud of their heritage and language. Marjorie, 2 years ago I went to New York, met a girl from Salvador, and when I said that I'm from Peru, she replied, "Oh, I know, they eat pigeons." Honestly, I didn't know that stereotype existed, but it's not true. But you do eat cuy in Peru, guinea pig, right? I've had it. I think it messed me up big time, so I wouldn't recommend it. But I know Peru is famous, I think, in South America for having good food. I didn't get to have any good food in Peru, unfortunately, but I've heard that it's famous for food. Let's see here. Let's keep going. All right, Cesar is also from Peru. There we go. You should want to try very good food. Visit Peru. All right, I'm going to skip down. Canada does not have Uber, Judith. I'm not sure why we don't. I wish we did. I'm going to skip down and keep up with the conversation here. So there we go. Julian's got one. Cesar, if you want to try very good food, visit. Okay, yeah, and that's exactly what he said. Kazewa, you said they eat frog legs. Strange food. Delicious. Also tastes like chicken. Not so bad. All right. What else we got here? Let's scroll back up. Conhado, as a nation that eats rice and beans during lunchtime and dinner, Brazilians from Rio eat more black beans than white ones. I'm not from Rio. I like the black beans. So there you go. Don't be a beanist, Conhado. Eat all the beans equally. All right, so there we go. So lots of stereotypes coming around there. Let's look. What else? What are some other stereotypes we could look at? Some other countries. What would be? Let's take a trip. Let's do a Chinese stereotype. I'm going to take a look at this one. China stereotypes. Let's take a look at that because that's a popular. 6 stereotypes that all Chinese people hate. So let's take a look for here. Let's get some other words here. I didn't know. I didn't think this was actually a stereotype. I don't think anyone actually believes that. I always tell my Taiwanese students that please don't kill me with your kung fu. But Chinese people are kung fu masters. I'm sure it's not a common stereotype there. It's a weird one. Of course, they're not all kung fu masters. All Chinese people cannot do that. They cannot have fights on bamboo trees. All Chinese people eat dog meat. Now, I know there is a dog in Korea that some people eat. It's not a normal dog. It's kind of like a wild dog. So maybe a little bit of that is true. And I know in China they eat a lot more than, they eat a lot bigger variety. They barbecue bugs and insects as well. So there's a Chinese stereotype. Let's do one more here. What else we got here? Chinese people are all dorks, geeks. Remember that word we did before? Geeks who wear glasses and are good at math. Good at math. That sounds like a big stereotype. So there we go. Geeks is a word we learned before. Geeks. People who are not cool. But remember, geeks are cool these days, so it's all good. Hang's got one. Chinese stereotype, they only eat rice. Well, I don't think they only eat rice, because you usually put something on top of the rice, right? Let's see. But yeah, it could be. Let's see. Filthy rich. Interesting. So it says, it's not you to blame for having this stereotype. After the never-ending legends of rich Chinese tuhaos, loosely translated as nouveau rich, newly rich, tuhao is how Chinese address wealthy people spending money like water in luxury brands overseas, are all true. But the majority of Chinese people are just as confused about this phenomenon as you are, despite the fact that China has the second largest group of millionaires in the world after the United States. Its Gini coefficient, a gauge of economic inequality, was higher than 0.465. Okay, so they do have a lot of rich people in China as well. What else we got here? What did I miss? Gertrude's Dominicans are a little bit, we can't say bigotry. You could say there is some bigotry in the Dominican, or you could say it's kind of a strong statement, but you could say some Dominicans are bigots, bigots. Khaled, you're probably right. I should probably try some kabsa, right? What's up, Karimia? You're a little bit late, buddy, but better late than never. What else we got here? Albina, Julian French ladies are more charming, maybe? Charming. Edgar, a lot of people think that Brazilians speak Brazilian. That's right. Brazilian is not a language. They speak Portuguese. Of course, that's true. And they have a very nice accent. So good, this accent. I like it so much. That's my Portuguese accent. So, Cesar, people stereotype Peruvians as living among llamas. Oh my goodness, and even riding llamas. As ridiculous as that sounds, it does sound a little ridiculous. However, when I went to Machu Picchu and I went to the top of the mountain, there were a few llamas and alpacas up there just for the tourists. But I'm sure they don't hang out with them all over, right? Let's go next one. Cesar's got another one about the veracity of this stereotype. It's partially true because there are a lot of llamas around Peru, but mainly in the highlands. And alpacas as well, right, Cesar? Because when I went to Peru, I got a nice selfie with an alpaca. I was very happy with that. I'd show it to you, but I'd have to pull up my Facebook. It's a bit of a pain. All right, so yes, Enrique, my accent, very nice, so good, because I speak with the. Okay, I'm done. But I hang out with the Brazilians every day, and I love the accent. I can do a Japanese accent. I can do a few others. I can do a French accent as well. Not accurate, but just for fun. All right, so there we go. So that's about it. Wanted to hit you guys with some. We didn't really do a lot of vocabulary today. Probably could have done a little bit more reading. But I wanted to hit you guys with some stereotypes, and let's talk about them. Are they true? Are they not? Some of them were pretty strong here. I didn't get to do all of them, but oh well. It was kind of an introduction to them, and it's just fun to talk about, right? Are they true? Are they not true? Let's look at. We looked at Canadian stereotypes. We looked at a lot of other ones. And let's see here. But I would like to show you some of them are kind of true. If you think that Canadians are overly polite, it's kind of true. So let's look at a Canadian bus. And you'll probably classic. That's Canadians do say sorry a lot, and sometimes the buses actually say sorry. So there you go. Canadians are super polite. That's it. We always say sorry. Sometimes it's not even necessary. Even the buses say sorry. That's how sorry we are. All right, well, with that, I think that's going to be it for today. Good topic, good chat. Break down some stereotypes because, you know, they exist, but you know, they're not always true, right? So it's good to talk about them, find out what's not true about them from you guys, and it's cool to talk about these things because we have such an international class. Love that. Could I do a Russian accent, Vlad? Unfortunately, no, because we don't get a lot of Russian students. One of the teachers at my school, he's okay at it. He can do a pretty good Russian one, but we don't get enough, so it's hard to know. You gotta hear it a lot so you can copy it. So other than that, that's it from me, guys. Canada says goodbye. Canada says sorry. We'll see you next week. If you're new checking it out, yes, thank you, Gertrudis. I will. I would do my best. If you're checking us out for the first time, Monday at 3:30 p.m. and Thursday at 2:30 p.m. we are back. We'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna go home, get some rest because I'm sorry I wasn't at my best today, but it's a cold and it's killing me. Lolly wants the link one more time. Let me send that to you so you guys have it. And I'm sorry for not doing enough vocabulary with you guys. I should have wrote down more words. And I'm sorry, but we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.